Everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and welcome to Medora Budgets.
What is wrong?
You just all of a sudden said,
I'm
like
smiling.
that.
You're greeting.
No, not. Welcome to Medora Budgets. I like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable. Are you sucked in? But I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. So if you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future family and finances so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is Friday. We're here to do a marriage and money series. We try to do these once every quarter, so it's about time for us to do another one. This time out, Sweets gets to decide what the topic is. We did go by Starbucks. He got me my caramel macchiato, and he got himself a cup of water. He always does good. I always do bad. But we are here today in the car, and we are set to do our next question. So he finally shared what the question was this morning. He wouldn't tell me before today, so I didn't have a lot of time to practice my responses. He said it needed to be, what did you say? Authentic. It needed to be authentic. Okay. All right. So we are authentically here. And so Sweets is going to give us the question of the morning.
Question or topic?
This is the topic, but you're supposed to ask it in a question form.
Okay. So how we manage your fixed income and my variable income in the relationship.
So you gonna keep touching the you good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we have two different ways or methodologies around our budgets, and that's because our income comes in differently. So Sweets has a variable income and I have a fixed income, and it's how we try to manage and navigate that. You guys have seen all of my journey. You see it on videos every week, and how I take a fixed income. I pre-plan with my messy budget. I do my budget. We do the budget versus the actuals. We do the sinking funds. We do the savings challenges. And those are all under the same premise that I have a fixed income that I receive. Over the last 3 weeks, probably, Sweets has decided he wants to do something different as far as his budget is concerned. And instead of, as soon as he gets paid, I think I told you guys this before, he works, and every day that he works, he just goes and makes a deposit, pays bills. And he doesn't mind paying bills until he gets down to zero, as long as the bills are covered, because he always knows he's going to make money the next day or the next day. And so he does want to do his bills a little bit differently, where he's going to wait and pay them all at one time after he gets paid. So he was like, I think I want to do things a little bit different, just to shake things up and see if it would work out a little bit better. I was like, okay, cool. So in my digital planner, I have Sweets days as budget days within that. We have come to realize that there are some differences between having a variable income and a fixed income, but trying to use the same process for it. It didn't work out as well. We've had to tweak it a little bit more and talk through it a little bit more. So one of the biggest things was figuring out when you get paid, like when you want your week to start. So Sweets decided
it starts Wednesday through
Tuesday.
Right.
Wednesday through Tuesday. So when I wrote out his budget of all the things he wanted to cover, I wrote it out based on a Wednesday. I got sidetracked because the camera started moving. All right, so we're gonna, you guys won't see that part. But we started doing the budget for Wednesday through a Tuesday. Now, here's a kicker. Your expenses gas and groceries and family, you run those what days?
Sunday.
They start on a Sunday. For me, my budget week starts on a Friday, and my spending starts on a Friday. For Sweets, his budget week starts on a Wednesday, but his spending for gas and groceries start on a Sunday. So when we're talking about it, and I'm looking at these numbers, it's like it says, okay, I said you wanted to put $120 or was it $100 for groceries? I think it was. I said $100 for groceries on Wednesday. So I'm like, okay, so you need to set aside $100 for groceries. He's like, no, I don't have to set aside $100 for groceries. I only need to set aside, I think you said $20 or $25 or something like that.
Yeah, at that time I was thinking of just Monday and Tuesday. So it was like 25 a day.
So we sit down. So again, just different, right? So we're still struggling through that because his expense tracking is different than his pay week time frames. And I'm still trying to figure out how I can get to a better number or a better look for a budget for him because of that. Another thing was what the income actually was going to be. So I might say, Sweets, what did you make on a Saturday? And he might say, I made $1,300. Okay, so I write that in. I write in what he makes on Sunday. Wrote in what he made on Wednesday. And I'm looking at this total amount. This is just a guess. I'm just saying. I'm looking at $2,500 that he should be working with. And then as we're going through our bills, he's like, well, I don't have, that's off a little bit because I didn't have that much money in my account. So I'm like, okay. So remember, I don't know if you remember the first one that I did on this, being curious. So I'm like, what do you mean you don't have that much in the account? Is that not what you deposited? And he's like, no, because some of my payments are credit card payments, so they might come through Square or they might come through other avenues, and then I have to pay transaction fees. So what I made is not necessarily what I deposited, but you asked me what I made, and I document what I make. But you didn't ask me what did I deposit into the account. And I was like, I didn't know I needed to ask you what you did deposit into the account. But it was different. So now I had to go back and start to redo the numbers because those types of things, the transaction fees, what else was it? You didn't account for.
That was the main thing, the fees. Yeah, I just did my actuals instead of, I didn't calculate fees. Fees, pretty much they added up a lot across the board, when paying things online or just credit card transactions, even just as fees all over. So not accounting for that probably, it did throw off my numbers at the end of the day when I'm paying bills and I'm wondering, like, well, I made X amount of dollars and now where's the 100 at? Trying to figure out, I ain't go nowhere. I didn't do nothing. How am I short, $100? So,
now you brought up a good point. It's not just the transaction fees for the money coming into the account, but also when you're paying the transaction fees for those as well.
Some companies, $5 to use to pay online, so for the convenience or whatever. I don't know.
So when he gave me the budget amount, or the amount that you felt like it was, it's what the actual amount is, not how much it actually costs to pay. Mm-hmm. So then he's like, I don't understand how am I losing $100 in this whole thing? And it's because all of those fees add up, both incoming and outgoing, and it wasn't accounted for in the budget. And so we had to go in and factor that in as well. So one of the things that we're figuring out for variable income is that it may make a difference in how you are handling your budget overall, because the days you get paid are key. So for Sweets, he has 3 days specifically that he goes to the bank: Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Mm-hmm. That's right. Mm-hmm. Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. I still have to ask. So Wednesday, Saturdays, and Sundays. So we've decided to break things up a little bit for him. Wednesday, when he gets paid, whatever he has there's a certain amount that needs to go towards these particular bills. Anything over that, hold it. Don't spend it. That was another thing that we had to work through, because for Sweets, having a variable income means you need to hit your bills as soon as you can and pay what you need to as soon as you can. So he was paying extra on different bills, maybe extra on the Discover card, or extra for a car payment, or extra, just paying extra on things. If he had a couple of extra dollars, that extra goes different places. And then what happened this past Sunday was he paid all of his bills. He had paid extra. He's feeling great. He literally handed me the iPad back, and then he said, I gotta go. I have an appointment for my eyes, his eye exam at America's Best. And I was like, oh, okay, so are you good? And he was like, no, I just
all the money gone.
Money gone. Money go fast. All the money was gone. He did right by it. He's not shopping, and that's what he was saying before. He's not shopping. He's not online looking for stuff to buy. It's not nothing like that. He paid it all towards bills. And now he remembered he got to go and had an appointment for America's Best, but he's already spent all of the money. So I told him, I said, what's probably going to be better, if you really want to work your weeks from a Wednesday to a Tuesday, on Tuesday, before you get paid on Wednesday, is the best day to do the extra payments. So instead of doing the extra payments on Wednesday, if you have a little extra, on Saturday if you have a little extra, on Sunday if you have a little extra, hold it, wait until Tuesday, then make that extra payment, and then, because you get paid on Wednesday, and that's when you really truly know how much you have left over. So we're working through that as well. And again, it's just, at first I was trying to apply, to bring it all back, at first I was trying to apply fixed income rules to a variable income situation. And that's just not working. And so now I'm realizing you have to take it piece by piece. And we're still storming through the best thing for him to make sure he's achieving all the stuff that he wants to achieve, in the way that he wants to, but based on the way he gets paid, not the way that I get paid. So this has been a really good challenge for us. So that's what we're working through now. And then once we get all of that settled, I think things will be better, because although his income is variable, the cadence or the pace that he's paying his bills will be more set. And I think that that's going to make things a lot better in the end. I think that's it. Were there any other points?
No, I mean, it's been, when we started 3 weeks ago, my idea was to, because it was tax season and I was going to have a lot of extra money to pay up on everything ahead of time, just take these 3 weeks and just, dump the money on stuff and just get ahead on stuff. And, per your advice, why don't we start a new structure, starting 3 weeks ago. And it was tough, because the way I've been doing things was easy for me, but at the same time, it was like a lot of times I'm sitting back and I'm wondering, where's the money going? Where is it? So I knew something had to change, because, I'm blessed. I'm making, good money, but it's like, where is it at? Just doing this new way, and hopefully, continuing to move forward, even if there's a week where things might not, work out with my average or something like that, I'm looking at things to be okay. So it's been I don't even want to say it's been a struggle. It was tight the first couple of weeks, just trying to do something new. It was hard to keep myself from, wanting to instantly pay bills, because that's just my habit. I don't want nothing sitting out there. Even to the point I was, calling somebody like, did you get your money? You didn't take it out. I still see it in my account. You need to
get it now.
You need to get it. So it's a good thing. It's a good adjustment. So just excited to see where it goes.
Our parking lot is getting busy, as you can hear. So we're going to go ahead and end it here. And that is it. Thanks, everybody, for your time. You guys have a good one. All right.